doomer, boomer, bloomer and zoomer. A doomer is an enlightened version of a so-called involuntary celibate. The first thing that pops up into my mind is the gamma male, which is characterized by a negative stance towards the world, which mostly manifests itself as a retreat from society. Like gamma males, doomers experience feelings of resentment and are aware of the great tragedy called life. They experience a phenomenon called Weltschmerz, which can be translated as world pain, pointing to a deep sadness and painful melancholia because of the world's imperfections. Apparently, the enlightenment that makes a doomer is nothing more than the embrace of his Weltschmerz by putting it under a magnifying glass. He wallows in his misery and thrives on it day in and day out, without the intention to find a long-term solution that might lead to a happier life. The only relief he finds in the use of substances and stimulating the senses by things like video games and porn. I think that the doomer engages in a form of masochism. He refuses to let go of his suffering and cynicism and is in denial of the idea that there is a way out of the cycle of misery. Now, a boomer isn't necessarily a person of a certain age. Having studied several definitions of the boomer and the way he is portrayed on the internet, I believe that what characterizes him, particularly from the viewpoint of the doomer, is that he resides in blissful ignorance. Yet they see themselves fit to lecture younger generations, despite the fact that these younger generations might be much better informed. As mentioned, and this becomes very clear if you look at the actual boomer memes, the key theme is their absolute inability to understand that the world has changed. Yet they keep giving absolutely retarded advice. They literally live in the past and are too stupid to see that the world has changed, and they are absolutely outdated. Like I said, a boomer doesn't have a specific age. He could be a 30-year-old and even a 20-year-old who carries outdated beliefs and are blind from the harsh realities of the world. As opposed to the boomer does have knowledge about the harsh realities of life, so his positive outlook doesn't come from blissful ignorance. These harsh realities do not stop him from living the best and happiest life possible. Instead of obstacles, he thinks possibilities. Problems inspire him to come up with solutions. His love for people always exceeds his hatred, if he has any, and he carries a machine gun loaded with morals and ethics. Unlike the doomer, he doesn't walk around with headphones all day, because those block him from the most magnificent sound in the world, the music of life. The term zoomer is derived from the term boomer and refers to people born in the late 90s and up, also known as Generation Z. They are raised by the internet and represent the first true global culture. A zoomer typically likes to play internet-based video games like Fortnite and has spent a great portion of his time playing Minecraft as well. Also, a zoomer has a keen interest in cryptocurrency and, most likely, has a personal YouTube channel. The interconnectivity between the zoomer and the rest of the globe that often occurs at a young age, i.e. the moment he gets access to the internet, results in an unprecedented influx of information and other stimuli. Therefore, I suspect that this generation is extra susceptible for internet, porn and gaming addictions. I believe that zoomers become doomers when they are unable to cope with the toxicity that comes along with the information overload from the internet. We already see a counter movement like NoFap that encourages young men to stay away from porn. And I think that the bloomers are another example of this counterculture that makes abstinence from harmful aspects of technology a virtue.